Butler's obviously made it to this tournament now 4 years running, but coming out of the Horizon League with them having won 20 and lost none against Horizon League opponents, I'm wondering how confident you're feeling in seeing this team compete tomorrow.
Well, I think they'll play very, very well for a number of reasons. I don't think you can discount the trip out here to California that they made earlier in the year. I mean, that gets them used to the jet lag and traveling to the West Coast and a little different feel. So I think that works to our advantage. Plus, I think they're playing so much better right now than they were playing earlier in the year. So I'm looking forward to it. And by the way, as I think everyone knows, they have an outstanding opponent in UTEP Conference USA champion. So I think it's going to be a great game.
I was going to ask you about that next. I know you're a guy that just likes watching basketball, and I know you spent time on the selection committee and so on. What do you think of this UTEP squad and how Butler will match up with them?
I think they're big. I think they're physical. I think they're talented. They've got the Conference USA Player of the Year. They got Derek Character, the transfer from Louisville. So Butler will have their hands full. It'll present some real matchup problems. But it's not like Butler hasn't had matchup problems in the past. I mean, I thought Butler, although they got down early to Georgetown in Madison Square Garden, and there's no more physical pivot man, I don't think, in the country maybe than Greg Monroe, and they have outstanding guards too, and they're big. But Butler came back and did a nice job there. So I think Butler will be up to the test. It's going to be a good game.
This team obviously went out and scheduled very tough in the non-conference season. Kind of toughened them up a little bit, and then they go through the Horizon League. And it almost seems like now, when people talking about this game tomorrow are only referring back to the things that they saw during that non-conference season, when Matt Howard being in foul trouble and Ron Nord not being able to score yet down the stretch. He was key for them in the Horizon League tournament. Have you seen a major change in this team from back in November to where they are now?
I think Matt Howard's playing better. There's no question about that. And I think Butler worked through some difficulties during the league season. I mean, Gordon Hayward was down in the back. They had some injuries. Willie Veasley was not 100% some games. And what I think Butler has done is learned how to play without those guys. They have learned how to play with Matt Howard on the bench. They've learned how to play with Gordon on the bench. They've done well when Shelvin Mack hadn't played really well. So a lot of different people have stepped up. Willie Veasley stepped up. Zach Hahn has stepped up. So that's what makes it a really fun team to watch. And my guess is, and my bet for tomorrow, somebody, probably not on that starting five, is going to have to step up.
All in all, this has got to be just the most fun time of year. I know you love everything about this NCAA tournament and following these teams through the league into the tournament.
Well, it's maybe I got the best job in the world. That's what people like to say, but it's a great time of year, and the reason I'm excited about it, we have a total of 5 teams in the postseason, 2 men and 3 women, and we're marching towards the Final Four in Indianapolis. So it doesn't get better than that when you can follow your teams through the postseason and then work towards Indianapolis in your own hometown. So it's a lot of fun.